It's the smallest star of the biggest movie franchise ever made. Please welcome R2-D2's flesh and blood innards. It's Kenny Baker! What's Susan Boyle doing over there? Kenny, how are you? Good man.
I'm fine.
Now, Kenny, for millions of nerds around the world, you're known as the man inside the robotic dustbin.
I was, yes.
R2-D2 in the Star Wars.
R2-D2?
That
was close.
Close enough, yeah.
Close enough.
R2-D2. R2-Duty-Ooty?
Duty R2.
As long as you don't call me AC/DC,
Now listen, you worked with lots of people over the years, but tell us about being on stage with Laurel and Hardy. They'd be our favourites now, I have to say.
My favourites?
Laurel and Hardy.
At the party. What party? I'm a little bit deaf, and
don't worry, no, you were on stage.
Laurel and Hardy! You were on stage with them!
Who?
Laurel and Hardy!
Oh, Laurel Hardy.
Laurel and Hardy, yeah.
Tell us about them.
I was in a show on tour.
Oh.
With 20 little midgets and dwarfs on tour. With Burton Lester's midgets. This is in 1951.
Jesus,
52. And we went on and met Laurel and Hardy.
That's unbelievable.
That is something.
That's incredible.
But listen, you must have ended up as being all sorts of creatures and
I
everything.
am, yeah. I've been a womble.
A womble?
A bungo. I was Bungo the womble.
Bungo the womble.
Jesus. Well, come here, tell us this. Is this true fact now? You were credited as being in all the Star Wars movies, all 6 of them.
Well, I tell you what, let's have a look at you in action. Come along, Joe.
The Republic cannot praise you enough. Thank you, Senator Organa.
The end of Count
Well,
Dooku.
it couldn't possibly be as bad as all that. Now, there, I agree with you. In fact, I could do with a tune-up myself.
But the fighting will continue until General Grievous is spare parts.
Well, I will do everything I can.
Were you in the dustbin that time?
I what?
Were you in the dustbin in that shot? Oh, you were?
What do you mean the dustbin? It's not a dustbin.
R2-D2.
R2-D2.
R2 dustpan.
R2 dustpan. Yeah. Listen, how did the biggest little job in sci-fi history come about in the first place?
How did you get the job?
Well, I just happened to be working in London, in Cabaret in London.
Right.
With an act called the Minitoners. And suddenly this thing came in from George Lucas. Would you like to do Star Wars?
Right.
So I went down there, and I walked in there with George Lucas, Gary Kurtz, Robert Watts, all the special effects people.
Yep.
And they went, he'll do.
Oh.
That quick?
And that's how I got it.
That's how you got it?
Well,
That
it was the
quick?
right size, you see.
Yeah, all right.
And I've got enough strength to move it.
Right.
Yeah.
And I've got short arms, which helps inside R2.
Yeah.
Right, I
So
got
Well,
you.
there you are.
now,
There
look.
you are now. Look at that. There's you with your head sticking out of the recycling bin. Right there. Look at that.
It's unbelievable.
There it is, look.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
And they take the head off
Yeah.
Yes.
and drop me in.
Right.
I couldn't do it on my own. I couldn't do it.
Right.
Oh, no, right, I
And
hear
to
you.
pick me up and drop me in. But it wasn't very comfortable.
Was it like being locked in a car boot all day?
Yeah.
Was it?
Well, there was air coming up from underneath, you know.
Ah, right.
And open space down there. Because if I wanted to pee, I could just have a pee. Nobody would know.
Sloshing around
Way to
inside.
do it, yeah. You drown yourself in there, couldn't you? Now listen, Kenny, you filmed one of the Star Wars in Tunisia, right?
Yeah, Tunisia.
Yeah, where it got so
Lovely. It
hot.
shows you, which is like an oasis in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
Right.
6 hours drive into the desert.
Jesus.
So we get there, we're in a nice, would you believe, a French hotel.
Kenny,
It's
we're
beautiful.
talking about Star Wars. Can we get back to the Star Wars here, right? This isn't the rough guide to Tunisia now.
He's a pain in the ass. Aren't you a pain in the ass at times?
Yes, we are.
Anyway,
Come here, is this true? Did the crew stick some page
Naked
3
women.
pictures? Yeah.
page 3.
Into the lid to give you something to do in there.
It was too like that.
Yeah. Now listen, we heard, right, that some of the stars got a percentage of the film in lieu of pay. What about yourself? How did it work out for you?
I got a percentage.
You got a percentage?
Only one movie, though.
Oh, which one?
The one in the middle. What was that? The Jedi, I think it was.
That's all right, though. That did
That's
well.
something.
It was 1/8 of 1%. 1/8 of 1%.
Right, yeah.
First check was 20 grand.
Wow.
And he got me out of the shit, so I bought a Mercedes and a nice new car.
Nice one. Nothing wrong with that, Kenny. Nothing wrong with that.
Right in that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Now, listen, we want to ask you another thing, right? We believe you turned to the dark side, right?
The dark side.
You're great.
Yeah.
You're great friends with Darth Vader
Oh, he's
himself,
a great
David
guy.
Prowse.
Dave Prowse. He fell down the stairs last week.
Ah, for God's sake.
He really didn't.
Darth Vader falling down the stairs.
Oh, that's,
Was he not using the dark forces at all?
well, that's why he's not here. He could have been here with us
Oh,
today.
Jesus, that's shocking.
And listen, do members of the Federation not frown on your relationship?
Eh?
Like him being from the dark side, do you know what I mean? And you being from the...
Where the hell did you come up with that?
It's just something that keeps me awake at night,
Yeah.
you know? Well, look, never mind. Look, may the nerds be with you. Kenny R222 Baker, everyone!
Very nice